Updates at WIBC traffic.
It's rarely I get starstruck. This next interview, I'm starstruck.
We've been trying to get this guy on for a while. We thought we had him earlier, but something fell through.
Yeah.
I think he's locked in. Joining us next, Nigel, who do we got?
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd.
Oh, yeah.
We'll shoot you graveyard dead.
Roll.
Our team of financial advisors, all working together to help you.
They leave debris and everything.
Bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is down.
I'm Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus, get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer going on now.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching fever under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Press 1 for balances. Press 2 for deposits. Press 3 to scream into the void.
We get it. These days, it's all phone menus and chatbots. But business banking doesn't have to be that way. Bank with Horizon and discover the power of real AI, advisor intelligence. Real people who answer calls, know your business, and go above and beyond to help you succeed. Get started today at horizonbank.com/businessai.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
You have unleashed the teeth of the dog, and now we're going to start biting you.
And I think you would all agree that this guy's an ugly woman. You know, you try to drink them pretty, and you wake up the next morning and you see this. Yeah, that's what we call Rolex ugly.
This is the last thing you'll see before we put a bullet through your head if you're trying to hurt our children. We're going to shoot you graveyard dead.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline. I'm fired up.
We've been waiting to get this guy on for a long time.
Yes.
As you know, we are big supporters of law enforcement.
Yes.
Which means we are big fans of Sheriff Grady Judd from Polk County, Florida.
There we go,
My
Sheriff.
man. How are you, Sheriff?
It is my honor to be with you. I'm doing good. How are you and all the listeners doing in Indianapolis?
Man, we're doing great. And, you know, Nigel and I were talking off the air while we were waiting for you to connect with us. We're wondering, like, what's working for you in Polk County from a law enforcement standpoint that maybe we could take some notes on here in Indy? I get there's a population difference. I get that. But, man, we're having some problems here in Indy. What's working for you, Sheriff?
Well, there's almost 1 million people in this county, a little over 850,000, so we're not small. But I found out what works is if you put bad guys in jail.
Oh, sure.
Well, that's a damn good idea right there.
What do you know?
If they arrest, if they violate the law, we arrest them, and they have a clear understanding of that. Now, there's some places in the states, the various states, that, you can do a petty theft and we'll give you a ticket. You promise to show up in court. Well, in Florida and Polk County, if you do a petty theft, we put you in handcuffs and take you to jail and let you post a bond to get out. Oh, by the way, you have to post a bond. We don't just let you out. There's expectations. You're held responsible and accountable for your misbehavior here. And that makes a positive difference. And the rest of the community that behaves, which is the overwhelming majority of them, really, really, really appreciate that.
Well, Sheriff, here's the difference. I don't know what your okay, I'll ask you. What's your relationship like with the prosecutor's office, with the judges in Polk County? Because it seems a little bit different here in the Midwest, in Indianapolis, and I think you have to have some sort. You got to be simpatico with the other factors here that go into putting somebody in jail.
Sure. Well, we get along really, really well. Our state attorney here is Brian Haas. He's an elected state attorney, as I'm an elected sheriff, and we're partners. You know, I arrest him, he prosecutes them. So our judges are elected, and or they can be appointed by the governor if they don't fill a complete term. So some of them are appointed. But I weigh in on that. I tell the governor, I said, hey, this is a good person or this is not a good person. You know, we don't want people that are spineless, that are judges, that are prosecutors, that are law enforcement officers. Hey, if you're into that, be a social worker someplace, you know?
Right. Sheriff Grady Judd from Polk County, Florida, joining us here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Sheriff is the one that taught me the term Rolex ugly, by the way, which is a clip that we have played multiple times on this program.
Yes.
Sheriff,
let it be known just before, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Hammer. We've been playing clips of yours for years on this program. You've given us some gold, Sheriff.
Well, I appreciate that. I need all the help I can get. I'm only doing between 15 and 20 million views a week right now.
Oh, that's it. Well, you know, maybe step your game up just a little bit there, Sheriff. Hey, have you ever had somebody from, like, I don't know, a consulting wing or some marketing worm try to tell you, hey, maybe you need to calm it down just a little bit?
Yeah, every now and then you'll have someone from what I call the woke left, you know?
Yeah. I know.
The ones that, you know, have rubber for spines. Go, oh, you know, you might hurt somebody's feelings. The only person's feelings I'm going to hurt is the criminal that's violating the law, or maybe his mama or daddy. And if his mama or daddy make him behave, I'll quit bad-mouthing him. But at the end of the day, the overwhelming majority of the people in this county must like what I'm doing. I mean, I'm in my 6th term of office. I have won overwhelmingly. I mean, my smallest win, re-election, has been like 84%. You know, I mean, I'm doing okay. So I would suggest that other politicians maybe grow a spine, tell people the truth, quit lying, quit trying to be politically correct, and do the job that you're hired to do. They hired me as sheriff to keep people safe and put bad guys in jail, and that's what my deputies, who are the very best, do.
I would suggest you move to Indianapolis, run for mayor and prosecutor at the same time.
And every member of our city council as well, Sheriff.
But do you know, they may be shocked to find out when they get past the big mouth, loud few people that the overwhelming number of people in Indy believe just like the overwhelming number of people in Florida and Polk County.
Absolutely.
But what happens, this woke, loud left will get to squalling and hollering, and then people cower down just to get them to shut up. Well, I got a better idea. Just tell them to shut up and keep doing what's right.
I think one of my favorites was, it had to do with a serious subject, but you said something to the effect of, you come on our school grounds, you try to harm somebody, we'll shoot you graveyard dead.
Oh, that's a lifetime guarantee.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you're not going to hurt our children. And we're going to do our very, very best to find you and identify you long before you step onto a campus with a firearm. And that's really the key to keeping people secure. If you hear something or see something or feel something, say something. And then law enforcement's got to immediately follow up. All of these active shooters, whether it's at schools, churches, businesses, all of them are giving off indicators in advance.
Yes.
But people are in denial or don't follow up on it. You have to follow up. And if somebody says they're going to shoot, take them at their word until you disprove it.
Sheriff Grady Judd with us. Sheriff, last thing here before we let you go, and we also want to give a hat tip to our pal, FOP president here in Indy, Rick Snyder, who was able to connect us so we could have this conversation here. But at what point did you realize, wait a minute, people actually know who I am? I'm becoming pop culture, savvy here. They're sharing my clips on TikTok. At what point did you find all that out?
So, I guess I'm kind of aloof. I just kind of go through every day doing my thing, and my thing is to be transparent. And we have this broad public records law, so I talk about the people who are criminals and breaking in so you can get a look at them. So, and then all of a sudden, I had someone come up to me in the street and go, "Do you know you're a TikTok celebrity?" And I go, "Well, what is a TikTok celebrity? I don't look at TikTok." You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then the second one is I was to be in a parade. And so I had to walk past this group of high school kids, right? Now, when I'm in high school, you're in high school, you see this guy, you don't even know if he's the chief or the sheriff, and could care less, right? He's wearing a uniform, I'll just stay away. I walked past this group of kids, and they mobbed me. They were hanging on to me, taking pictures and screaming, "We love you!" And I thought, Shazam, something's going on here.
There's really no difference between like Elvis Presley in the 70s and Sheriff Grady Judd when he's doing a parade in Polk County. That's it. Sheriff, we appreciate you taking the time. I know you're a busy dude. You see a lot of stuff down there in Florida, but we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here in Indy.
Well, just remember what Yogi Bear said a long time ago to Boo Boo. Hey, boo-boo, you can see a lot if you look around. Ladies and gentlemen, if you see something that's not right, call local law enforcement. They'll make the arrest. Then if the prosecutors and the judges don't do their job, the mayors don't do their job, throw them out of office. Period.
Love it.
And that's how you stay safe and have a wonderful, thriving community.
Love it.
Love it. Sheriff Grady Judd, Polk County, Florida. Sheriff, thank you so much. Be safe. Tell your officers to be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
I hope to talk again. Take care. Bye-bye.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Fall in Indiana is prep season, the smart time to get your home ready before the temperatures drop and the snow gets here. Because here's the truth. Roof, siding, gutter, and window problems don't fix themselves. One missing shingle turns into a bad leak. Clogged gutters lead to ice dams. And drafty siding or bad insulation means sky-high heating bills all winter long. That's why you need Moss Roofing. Family owned right here in Indiana for over 30 years, Moss Roofing gives you a free, no-obligation inspection. They'll spot problems now, before the cold settles in, so you're not scrambling in January. And here's a bonus. Thanks to new energy tax credits and Indiana Energy Saver rebates, you could save big on insulation and efficiency upgrades. That's money back in your pocket while protecting your home. So don't wait. Call Moss Roofing today at 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at mossroofing.com. Get your home winter ready this fall with people you can trust. mossroofing.com, every shingle time.
Truck drivers, the holiday rush is here. Take advantage by becoming a Schneider driver. By driving for one of America's busiest carriers, you'll stay busy during the holiday season and throughout the new year. Plus, as a Schneider driver, you'll have access to top-quality driver support and newer equipment spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Don't wait. Get a jump on 2026 by exploring jobs in your area today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Gage Diamonds has a secret for creating something stunning, something forever. It's our skilled ring designers. Tell them about your favorite ring styles. Show them your inspirations. Together, you'll make magic. Schedule your in-person or online appointment. Gage specializes in exceptional lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. Visit GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Now that the government shutdown is in its 34th day, what's new? Sunny and 60 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. This report is brought to you by Moss Roofing, and here's what's trending at 3:32. Well, both political parties are not coming close to an agreement. While the Trump administration says they'll restart SNAP food benefits at half the normal rate, Senate Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says the Affordable Care Act needs to be extended because people in America cannot afford the care they need.
In some cases, $1,000 or $2,000 more per month that working class Americans are being asked to pay. No one can afford it.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Democrat members want a deal on the Obamacare premium subsidies before they agree to open the government. Senate Majority Leader John Thune offered them a vote, but Democrats are demanding President Trump get involved in negotiations. Indianapolis-based Lilly is taking its weight loss push global with a major new plant. Here's Ryan Hedrick.
Lilly is putting $3 billion into a new plant in the Netherlands to ramp up production of its experimental weight loss drug called orforglipron. The drug's under global review and could qualify for a fast-track FDA approval, cutting wait times significantly. The site will also make oral drugs, but orforglipron is the main focus. It's part of a broader push that includes a $1.2 billion expansion into Puerto Rico. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
2 people are facing federal charges for a planned attack in Michigan, and they are due in court today. FBI Director Kash Patel said 5 people were arrested last week for planning a violent attack over Halloween weekend. And Disney is pushing for YouTube TV to bring back ABC channels, specifically for Election Day. The company says it wants their subscribers, which there are millions of them, to have access to the news they rely on during the current channel blackout. WIBC News Time is 3:34. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Schulke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Schulke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-3338. Act now. Call 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-3338.
With your WIBC traffic at 3:35, what's happening, Matt Bear?
It's the northeast side crash, northbound 465 approaching I-69, right lane closed, and traffic stop and go back to East 56th Street. Downtown, southbound 65 to 70, stop and go traffic. Michigan Street to the south split, that's construction. Inbound 69 slow 21st to Meridian, a 3-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slow from West Street into the south split. And then northbound 69 slow 465 up to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. It's B Window's biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
A partly cloudy and cold Monday night is ahead for us with lows in the mid-upper 30s. Tuesday, expect another 60-degree day under partly sunny skies and lighter winds and dry air. How Much TV? Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
The only way to bag a classy lady is to
Give her 2 tickets to the gun show.
It's Monday Gun Day with the Gun Guy.
Just watch out for the guns. They'll get you.
Guy Wilford.
Stop calling your arms guns.
Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, my name is Nigel. That's Jason Hammer right over there live in studio with us. Second Amendment attorney, licensed firearms instructor, host of the Gun Guy Show Saturdays here on 93 WIBC. Guy Relford, how are you?
I am fantastic, and thanks as always to our sponsor for Monday Gun Day. That's Premier Arms in Brownsburg, with the largest selection of new, used, and historic firearms in the Midwest, and PA Jewelers located in the farmhouse right out front. Check them out at 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg or premierarms.com.
Now, we never know what we're going to get with Guy Relford. Sometimes he'll come in here on Monday with a Colts T-shirt on and a baseball hat.
You bet.
Other times he comes in here and he looks like Mr. Steal Your Girl, like he does today, with like the suit, and he's got a little chest showing here today.
Well, I'd be in court today. I had a plea hearing in Marion County, so I was in court, but I wanted to get rid of that tie as soon as possible. So, yeah, you're here with the rest of it from being in court today.
Because your birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, 68 yesterday.
I was going to say 29.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm closing in on that big 7-0. We'll see how that goes.
Well, you look like $1 million here.
Yeah,
sure as hell do.
And you can see Guy on our YouTube chat here. Look for WIBC's YouTube channel. We're streaming it live. Had a little hiccup earlier, but we're good now. All right, so let's get into it here. The Wall Street Journal had this article that says, all a killer has to say to get away with killing somebody is, I feared for my life.
What?
Right.
If there's some sort of situation happening and somebody says, I feared for my life, you can get away with killing somebody. This was a story in the Wall Street Journal, right? This wasn't somebody's basement podcast.
Exactly.
It's the Wall Street Journal, and we thought you would be the perfect guy to ask.
Man, I saw this, and Wall Street Journal tweeted this, and exactly to your point, and you nailed it. It said, the 6 words any killer needs to know, and it was, I feared for my life, officer. And that was their lead into this article, and the article was about stand your ground laws. And there's so much misunderstanding about what a stand your ground law even is, how they function, what they justify and what they don't.
I feel like that all started in Florida.
Yeah,
with that dude.
And the thing is that Trayvon Martin, right, and George Zimmerman is the guy who was tried for murder. Thing is, that wasn't even a stand your ground issue down there, and we can get into the specifics, but there's this misperception out there, and it's propagated by articles exactly like this one in Wall Street Journal that basically says if you claim you feared for your life, you can kill anybody you want to. And it's so completely ridiculous. That's not how the law works. I defend self-defense cases. I was in court today on a self-defense case. That's not how they work. And it's ridiculous, but that's the kind of propaganda that we see now, and it's so disappointing because I used to think the Wall Street Journal had some objectivity, if not a little bit of fairness to the right side of politics, and man, they seem to have fallen off the other side of the spectrum.
So let's do some hypothetical stuff. Like that's one of my favorite things to do is to just run a bunch of stuff by you.
You bet.
So tying it into recent events, let's say you are with somebody downtown Indy on a Saturday night. You're walking down Meridian Street. You're looking for the next club to go into, next bar to close out your night. You hear gunfire ringing out from one of the bars.
Yep.
You walk in there and start opening fire. And maybe you hit the shooter, maybe you hit somebody else here. You can't tell the officer I feared for my life in that situation, can you?
Well, you can, but you're still going to jail.
Okay.
Because the way that stand your ground laws work is that all the stand your ground law is, and there's so much misunderstanding about what this is. Does Indiana have a stand your ground law? Well, yes. We have a self-defense law, and one line in that law, the self-defense statute of Indiana, makes it a stand your ground law. And here's how this works. For instance, the general self-defense statute that would apply in the hypothetical you just threw out, Jason, says that I can use reasonable force, including deadly force, if I reasonably believe that force is necessary to prevent serious bodily injury to me or a third person or the commission of a forcible felony.
So this is kind of like your client, the Greenwood kid.
That's exactly right.
The Greenwood Mall kid.
And all it says is part of that is with no duty to retreat. And those words, just those few words right there, with no duty to retreat, makes it a stand your ground law. In other words, if I reasonably believe I'm defending myself against serious bodily injury, or in Eli's case, exactly to your point, defending other people against serious bodily injury or death, I don't have to run away first before I can stand my ground and defend myself. But it's all contingent on meeting that first test, which is if and only if I reasonably, not just believe, but reasonably believe I'm preventing serious bodily injury to me or a third person. So if I just walk in a bar where I heard gunfire and start spraying rounds around, did I do that? Do I reasonably believe that action is necessary to prevent serious bodily injury to me? First of all, I walked in the bar. If there's gunshots from in the bar, why didn't I just keep going, right? But if I walk in the bar, what do I reasonably believe in that circumstance? And the reasonable part of this is huge, because you can say, I feared for my life, I feared for my life, I feared for my life all day long. That makes no difference whatsoever if that belief isn't reasonable under what we call the totality of the circumstances. And that's how self-defense cases are tried. I know, I try them.
Does it make a difference what the perpetrator is doing?
Yes.
So if somebody breaks into your home and he's face to face with you, you in theory can fear for your life and blow him away. But if somebody breaks into your home and realizes, oh my God, somebody's home, and turns around and makes a run for it, you can't shoot them in the back.
Well, it's a really great question. See, now by moving the whole hypothetical, Jason, into your home, now the rules are different.
Okay, so there's a big difference between public place and your home.
Because now we're talking about not the general self-defense rules. Now we're talking about the Castle Doctrine.
Okay.
And the Castle Doctrine is a different set of rules. It's a different subsection within that same statute. Anybody wants to look this up? You want to read the whole thing? It's Indiana Code Section 35-41-3-2. Okay? And we just moved from subsection C to subsection D. And that's the Castle Doctrine. Okay? And what it says is, I can use reasonable force, including deadly force, with no duty to retreat. Aha. That means it's a stand your ground law. I don't have to run out the back door first. That's all that means. I don't have to run out the back door first if I reasonably believe I'm either preventing or terminating. That is, my deadly force is necessary, keyword, to prevent or terminate an unlawful entry into or attack on my dwelling. That's where I live. Now, that can be permanent or temporary, movable or fixed, meaning it could be my mobile home when I'm sleeping in the RV park. It could be my apartment that I'm renting for a moment. It could be my hotel room. And, of course, it can be my house. But if I reasonably believe that I'm preventing or terminating an unlawful entry into or attack on my dwelling, and that use of deadly force is necessary, and that's a key word in the statute, I can use deadly force. That's the Castle Doctrine. But to your question, which is such an excellent question, if somebody turns around, sees me, and was running now for the door saying, oh my God, I gotta get out of here, is any use of force necessary in that circumstance? Because necessary is a key requirement of the statute. If I just need to stand there and watch them leave and no force is necessary to get them out of my house, then it's a different ball game. That's why it's a good question. Now, inside your home, most prosecutors are going to say, hey, he broke in, you shot him. I'm really not going to nitpick that under those circumstances. But I always tell people, and I teach this stuff all the time, the word necessary is in there. And if somebody's running out on their own,
if he's at the end of your yard on the curb,
that's over. You can't shoot him at that point. They're running away. Absolutely not. I mean, again, and these cases get prosecuted. You know, there are cases where somebody's trying to break into your car, and you say, hey, you see him on the Ring doorbell. You say, get out of my, get away from my car, and then you chase him down the road and shoot him. Is it running away? No, you're going to jail. And stand your ground laws, contrary to the Wall Street Journal, don't justify that in any way, shape, or form.
So if going back to our original scenario here, hypothetical, let's say I'm going out to the Javito Ultra Lounge on Saturday.
Just hypothetically.
Hypothetically, the coupon lady and I walk in. I was able to get past security. I've got a weapon on me, and I see somebody starting to fire shots, and they turn away. They weren't firing at me, but in that case, could I eliminate the threat?
Yes, because First of all, you have to be preventing the unlawful use of force, right? So if that's a police officer doing their job or something like that, then it's off the table. But if you reasonably believe that person is just going to murder people by pulling their gun in that nightclub, can you, even as not the intended victim, but as a third party, prevent that serious bodily injury to someone else? Of course, that's the Eli Dickens scenario in the Greenwood Park Mall, which is not only is justified, but makes him an incredible hero at the same time.
Come back for one more break?
You betcha.
It's Monday Gunday. We're learning a lot here with Guy Relford.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer going on now.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hi, I'm Scott Wilson, third generation owner of Wilson Farm Market, just 15 minutes north of 465 on 31. If you are looking for your source of homegrown, locally made, know where your food's coming from, we are your spot. We have hand-dipped ice cream, 130 different kinds of cheese. We fry chicken, just a little bit of everything, a foodie's heaven. Wilson Farm Market, where good taste runs in the family. Just 15 minutes north of 465, right on US 31.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to QCkinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Are you tired of HVAC and plumbing companies with confusing offers? Masters Heating and Cooling keeps it simple. Right now, you can get a full second opinion from one of their master comfort advisors completely free. So you can make your next HVAC decision with confidence and peace of mind. Get a free HVAC second opinion from Masters Heating and Cooling. You can also get an early bird fall tune-up for only $69. Need a new hot water heater? How about $200 off water heater installation or $500 off tankless water heaters? Masters Heating and Cooling. Those are the ones to call for your HVAC needs or those plumbing needs. 0% financing for up to 60 months with qualified system purchase. Call Masters today. 317-207-9983. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-207-9983. Masters Heating and Cooling. 207-9983 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
Transform your bath and double the value. It's B Windows Black Friday Bath Sale. Buy one bath, get one free. Plus no interest and no payments for 24 months. Call now or visit bwindow.com.
Snapped a great photo? Witnessed something newsworthy?
Hey,
Hey, there's some news.
You can text it right to the WIBC newsroom. Join the text club. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393.
All right, Matt Bear, what's up?
Northeast side hammer crash northbound 465 approaching I-69. Right lane is closed at a 6-minute delay back to East 56th Street, Shadeland. Inbound 65 stop and go at 21st and eastbound 70 slowing down before West Street into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bath and double the value. It's B Window's Black Friday bath sale. Buy one bath, get one free. Plus no interest and no payments for 24 months. Call now or visit bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
60 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Monday Gunday with the best two-way attorney in all of America.
Hell yeah.
Guy Relford, host of the Gun Guy Show. Guy, Supreme Court, they've taken up another two-way case.
They have. This is the Hamani case. And this is really interesting. And this bears on a case that got a lot of media exposure, as it should, when Hunter Biden got convicted of federal law. And, of course, until Daddy pardoned him, he was looking at some serious jail time, I think up to 25 years.
The auto pen pardoned
Yeah,
him.
well, good point. Yeah. Yeah, we know because there's a picture of it in the gallery in the White House. But yeah, Hunter Biden was convicted under the statute that says it's illegal for you to possess a firearm or attempt to purchase a firearm if you're a user of or addicted to any illegal drugs. And the Hamani case is really interesting because it involves a guy who admitted to being a regular user of marijuana. There's no accusation he was high at the time that he possessed a firearm, but he was a regular user of marijuana. And marijuana, as ridiculous as this is, remains an illegal drug under the Federal Controlled Substances Act of 1970.
Some states have made it legal, but under the federal law, it's illegal.
Not only is it illegal, it's like a Schedule 1 or Schedule A or however that works, where it's the worst of the drugs. It's in the category up there with meth and cocaine and heroin, and as ridiculous as that is, that's the way federal law is currently structured. So this guy admitted to being a regular user of marijuana. He gets prosecuted, and he gets convicted of a federal crime looking at serious prison time because he possessed a gun while also being a quote-unquote regular user of marijuana. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals that oversees Texas, where this case came out of, I believe, found that to be unconstitutional. And Justice Department, interestingly enough, appealed it, and now it's in front of the Supremes. And I just think this is really interesting because listen, I'm not a marijuana user. I learned in college that marijuana and I don't get along. Right, I want to assume the fetal position and
you
take a
didn't
nap.
Inhale? Is that the excuse I'm going to hear from
he
you?
inhaled.
Oh, I inhaled too much apparently because it makes me completely antisocial and paranoid. But it may be a germane issue to people in my family, and so I think it's ridiculous that marijuana is illegal to begin with, but it's certainly illegal for someone has to choose between their constitutional rights and smoking a joint from time to time. So the Supreme Court's going to rule on that.
Where can people find you, maybe hire you if they've got questions? How can they reach out?
Man, follow me on Twitter and give me a follow while you're on there. I'm just at Guy Relford on Twitter or X, at Guy Relford.
What an hour. We've had Grady, Judd, and Guy Relford.
I know, incredible.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show, baby.
Thanks, guys.
Fall in Indy, and if you hate the paint, do what your neighbor Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint, and the crew
Painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house, and all the pillars and everything. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
With Rhino Shield's 25-year transferable warranty, you'll never have to paint your home again. And right now, you can have Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and if you don't want to paint the house, that would be the way to go.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
It's not just cancer care,
It's the complete care you get at Hendricks.
And you can feel that spirit of excellence, trying to do what's best from a medical standpoint, but also trying to affect the patient and their family as you would a family member.
Hendricks Care is trying to meet the patient where they are. You know your body better than anyone else.
Do the cancer screening early.
An ounce of prevention versus a pound of cure.
Learn about health screenings at hendricks.org/cancer.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Malia. We often get asked when is the best time to buy, and the answer is today, not tomorrow. With rising utility costs, rising product costs, and missed opportunity costs, which you could be saving with a high-efficiency system. Give us a call today to schedule your free in-depth estimate, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios. If you like saving money, you'll appreciate this plan from the Indiana State House. How the weather will roll out this week in the coming days across the states, and a former Indiana Pacers player is returning tonight. Those stories are coming up next after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, it's 4 o'clock.
Another appeal on the Senate floor. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Shutdowns have consequences, and the pain is being felt around the country.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune says the number of federal programs and people impacted continues to grow as the shutdown continues. The Senate will try again tomorrow for the 14th time to advance a short-term spending bill passed by the House in September.
It should not be this hard for a handful of Democrats to support a clean bill that simply reopens the government.
But House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says a health care crisis is crushing Americans.
And now that we're in the midst of open enrollment, tens of millions of Americans all across the country are realizing that their premiums, copays, and deductibles are going to skyrocket.
Democrats say Obamacare tax credits must be extended, rejecting Republican demands to reopen government first. An airline group that represents major carriers says more than 3 million U.S. passengers have now been impacted by delays or cancellations stemming from air traffic control staffing issues. They're missing paychecks, and some are working other jobs to make ends meet.
The FAA reported staffing shortages at half of its busiest facilities this weekend, including Nashville, Jacksonville, Austin, Denver, and New York. Nearly 80% of air traffic controllers called out in the New York area, leading to massive delays in Newark. And then in Houston this morning, security lines wrapped around the terminals there because of TSA staffing shortages.
Fox's Brooke Taylor at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. The Trump administration says food stamp assistance will be partially funded after court rulings to use contingency funds, but it's not clear yet how much people will get or how quickly. A mixed finish on Wall Street, the Dow dropping 225 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The Indiana State House has announced a huge schedule shift today. Sunny skies, 60 degrees. I'm Jake McDaniel, and this report is brought to you by Guardian Wells Financial. Here's what's trending at 4:02, and that's to handle urgent legislative business. House Speaker Todd Houston says they are avoiding the cost of a special session by merging the work into 2026. They will use Organization Day on the 18th this month as the start, then reconvene for the first 2 weeks in December to address issues like Indiana Governor Mike Braun's call on congressional maps. Houston says that starting the regular session early is the most cost-effective and efficient plan for taxpayers. A warming trend is expected this week in Indiana.
As we get towards the middle of the week, we'll see high temperatures rise into the middle and upper 60s to almost perhaps a 70-degree mark by Wednesday.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says the next chance for rain is not until Friday, and even then, not a lot of heavy rain is likely. The Global Nuclear Energy Economic Summit will take place at Purdue University this Wednesday and Thursday. John Hayrick reports.
You might have heard state leaders talk in the past about how they believe small modular reactors could be a new form of nuclear technology that could power Indiana's energy future. And that's supposed to be the main topic of discussion at this summit.
You'll be hearing about companies moving to Indiana, locating here for manufacturing, for deploying small modular reactors, for bringing lots of jobs here.
Indiana Secretary of Energy Suzanne Jaworowski tells Inside Indiana Business that Indiana has both the demand and the financial input to make those reactors a reality. Sean Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And this evening, the Indiana Pacers face the Milwaukee Bucks at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. And with that said, Bucks center Miles Turner, who was the former Pacers center, is returning to Indiana, and he shares how he feels.
Definitely a little odd, man. Just joking with the guys, man. I've never even seen a visitor's locker room before. Don't even know what it looked like. So, definitely just a different territory, to say the least.
Tip-off is at 7. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
You've got WIBC traffic at 4:05 with Matt Bear.
Northeast side crash northbound 465 approaching I-69. Right lane is blocked and traffic is stop and go. Back to I-70. This is a delay of 16 minutes. Inbound 65 delayed 3 minutes 21st to Meridian. Southbound 65 70 construction slowdown between Michigan Street and the South Split. Northbound 65 also slowing Raymond Street into the South Split because of construction. Eastbound 70 tied after Harding into the South Split, and then southbound 65 stop and go on the south side. Raymond past Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by B Window. It's B Window's biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest and no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We're tracking a quiet, partly cloudy, and cold Monday night as low temperatures fall into the mid to upper 30s. Expect another 60-degree day on Tuesday with plenty of sunshine, lighter winds, and dry air in place. It'll be a fantastic day for any outdoor activities overall. And then we're going to have our warmest day of the work week emerge by Wednesday, but winds do pick back up a bit with wind gusts of 30 to 35 miles per hour at times and highs in the upper 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Diener for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is right over there. Allison, our producer, has joined us in studio.
The off-air conversation.
Oh, dear God.
HR violations.
Are we in, let's see, the government shut down, October 1st? So this is November 3rd. I don't know math very well.
34 days
so
now?
34 days. Bill Maher on Friday on his show on HBO was talking about this a little bit, that the government shutdown is kind of based on the Affordable Care Act. This is something you and I have been talking about and saying and reiterating for days. This is all subsidies the Democrats pulled. It was like a bait and switch on because they said, no, we're just doing this for the COVID emergency. But the emergency's over now, but they still want those emergency acts in place. And they said, oh, no, now we want it. Now it's forever, right?
Correct. That's it. And listen, anybody that actually follows this closely can see this. Like, we've been talking about it for a while.
The super subsidies. The things that were enacted during COVID that said, hey, this is only temporary. We're going to get you guys through COVID, and then we're going to end this. But the Democrats want those to go on and on and on and on forever.
Right.
They were set to expire.
And listen, the Republicans have the majority. They do. Like the official blue checkmark Democrats accounts put some post out going, the Republicans have the White House, the Senate, and the House. This is their shutdown.
No, it's not. Because they don't have the Senate.
Well, I mean, you do, but you have to have 60 votes.
You have to have the majority, yeah.
You have to have 60 votes. So you need at least 7 Democrats to say, okay, we may disagree with what's going on, but let's pass a temporary spending bill, a temporary package that allows people to get their SNAP without having to dip into private business for people to pay for SNAP, and we'll figure it out. Because in the past, that's the way things have gone. Well, the Republicans look like they're actually growing a backbone here and saying, look, we will not be paying for illegals to have benefits from taxpayer money. That's where we draw the line. And if the Democrats want to continue to play games, well, then you own this thing. Now, for those of you who may be Democrats hearing that, if you're not giving me the middle finger right now, that's fine. But even members of your own party agree to that. Here is Senator from Pennsylvania, John Fetterman.
It's deeply distressing to know that 42 million Americans are going to lose their SNAP benefits. And now that's one of the big reasons why I refuse to shutting our government down. And again, I feel like the Democrats really need to own the shutdown.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Who needs to own that, Nige? Who did Fetterman say?
The Democrats need to own the shutdown because they're using it as a negotiating tool to get Donald Trump to do what they want. And Donald Trump, as we know, and as we talked about Friday, it doesn't work well when we're talking about hostage situations, so to speak, which you can loosely compare here. Seriously. I mean, look, if you're going to, there's no way that Donald Trump is going to negotiate under duress with the Democrats, holding them hostage with these benefits for illegal immigrants. It's not going to happen. He said he'd do it in good faith if they pass the bill.
True. Now, I will give you a little counter argument here. Now, this happened when I was on vacation, so maybe you and Spanglish or whoever filled in for me when I was gone talked about this. I don't like the idea of Trump getting squirrely with the filibuster. Because there was chatter last week about the old man saying, let's do the nuclear option here. Let's get rid of the filibuster. I don't like the idea of that at all. You've got the leverage here. Keep this damn thing closed as long as you want. Because if people who need to get SNAP benefits don't get them, listen, this is politics. And whether you think this is crass or not, I don't care. Republicans have the leverage here. This is a Democrat issue. They're screwing over their own constituents with this. So let it play out. Yeah. Let it completely play out. Where are we at with this, Nige? Actor George Clooney says that, maybe Kamala Harris replacing Joe Biden in that last election, bringing her out of the bullpen as a candidate without a primary at the last minute, was kind of a bad idea.
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't it part of his idea? Maybe not his idea to replace Joe Biden with Kamala Harris, but it was certainly George Clooney's idea to put that op-ed out in the New York Times after the disastrous debate against Donald Trump with the blessing of his best friend and overlord, Barack Obama, saying, hey, Biden needs to go.
He was the mouthpiece for it, for sure.
Oh, that precipitated the whole thing. Of course.
You know what's wild? And this is a story from this past weekend. So a buddy of mine was telling me his parents, super liberal, older folks, super liberal. All they watched was CNN. He was telling me when they watched that first debate the only debate between Trump and Biden, they were shocked. They couldn't believe Biden was in that position. Like, I'm wondering how many Democrats had sheltered themselves by only watching CNN and MSNBC, had no idea that he was a bumbling buffoon.
No, I think they all knew.
You think so?
I think they all knew, and I think it was maybe a relief to some Democrats saying, oh, God, thank God that we don't have to run him again. But they had no idea that Kamala Harris would be such a disaster. Or maybe they did.
I mean, how did you not know? She finished last in the primary when she ran as an individual. Nobody likes this woman.
She was installed. Nobody voted for her to run for president.
Were there no Kings rallies? Because I'm sure there were probably a bunch of no Kings rallies, Nige, because apparently this country really has a soft spot for, people just having things handed to them. Were there no Kings rallies?
I guess not during that time period, no.
Interesting. So people that voted for Kamala were the ones doing no Kings rallies. Well, I'll be damned. Tomorrow, it's election day. Now, it's not a big one in Indiana, but in other parts around the country, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, Virginia, they've got some key races going on. Is New York actually going to pull the trigger for a socialist, borderline communist, Marxist guy to lead the biggest city in the country?
Yeah, I don't think you needed to add the word borderline there at all.
I think he's going to win. I do. He's going up against the love gov, disgraced former governor Andrew Cuomo, who was kicked out for sexual harassment reasons.
Also, putting elderly COVID patients back in nursing homes while they had COVID.
Right.
Killing who knows how many.
So, that election right there, those are your choices. The Republican candidate, who honestly should just drop out at this point, Curtis Sliwa, the guy that, wears like the kangaroo style hat, and he's on the news all the time, used to be part of the Guardian Angels.
That's it.
The mob tried to put a hit out on him. There's a better chance of me dunking in an NBA game this year than him winning this election. The only chance of Mamdani to get beat is if Sliwa drops out, and as of right now, I don't think he's doing it. So, in honor of this being the night before the election, Nige, I put together a little a lullaby, a little poem. Would you like to hear it?
Okay.
'Twas the night before the election, and up in New York, they're choosing a new mayor a police-hating socialist, or a sexually harassing dork. New Jersey, Minnesota, Virginia have key races too. But only New York has AOC with a fake accent, pandering right to you.
All right, listen, okay, listen.
Will New York pick a socialist? Well, that's for their people to say. And that includes all of the dead Democrat voters who will be voting from beyond the grave. True. New York's mayoral election. It's really between a bunch of clowns. Uh-huh. It's like watching a football game on Sunday. The New York Jets versus the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Mandami hates police, a snake in a white shirt. And as for Cuomo, Judge Janine?
You have no right to ask an employee about her sexual likes and dislikes, pervert.
The end. There it is.
Bravo.
This was the night before the election.
Oh, bravo.
2025 edition, Matt Bear.
Northeast side crash, northbound 465 approaching I-69. Right lane is blocked. Traffic jam back to I-70, a 13-minute delay. Inbound 69 stop and go before 96th Street to 465. Inbound 65 slows from 29th to Meridian, a 4-minute delay. Southbound 6570 jammed. North split down to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Sunshine and 60 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Is this anything? Next.
If you have Medicaid and are new to Medicare, you may qualify to enroll in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual-eligible special needs plan with a lot more benefits, like dental, vision, and hearing, along with helpful support when you need it most. Now is the time to see if you qualify to enroll. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options. So this Medicare planning season, we can help you plan well. Learn more at humanaduals.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a dual-eligible special needs HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer going on now.
Hi, I'm Dylan, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a customer service specialist, I love helping couples find their dream engagement ring. And guess what? I just got engaged, so it was fun to create one myself. First, My fiance tried on a bunch of ring styles and she was drawn to a classic diamond pave setting. Then we looked at different diamond shapes from pear to oval to cushion. She fell in love with the princess cut. At Shane Company, you can create a one-of-a-kind ring and get it in days, not weeks. Because a friend wants you to have a magical holiday proposal. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Another accident? What happened?
Our truck driver got cut off, and they're getting blamed. No witnesses, no proof, and insurance is skyrocketing.
Wait, our drivers shouldn't take the blame for this?
Exactly why we need Samsara. Their AI dashcam show real-time video proving when our drivers aren't at fault.
So we protect our drivers and avoid false claims?
Yep. Companies using Samsara have exonerated their drivers and saved millions on insurance.
Protect your drivers and your bottom line at Samsara.com. Samsara. Operates smarter.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Before we move forward, we just posted a video on our social media of you, Nige, standing outside of the unisex bathroom here. I've never heard it louder.
It sounds like, have you ever seen the movie War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, the Steven Spielberg version, and the tripods right before they smoke everybody with their lasers? They go, It sounds exactly like that.
That's what the bathroom sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. It's still going on in there.
If you want to see the video for yourself, we've put it on our Instagram story. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, Hammer and Nigel. You got to hear it to believe it. That bathroom's going to blow up. There's no doubt in my mind. Is this anything? A homeowner posted a video showing how he enforces his no teenagers rule for trick-or-treating. He had a great setup with awesome treats, but if he found out you were a teenager, he'd shoot you with an automatic Nerf gun.
You aren't a teenager, are you? No teenagers allowed. Happy Halloween. Take anything you like. What do you see that you like? We got macaroni and cheese. We got crackers. We got that's ramen. Get something to drink over there, too. You sure you're not a teenager? No. All right, happy Halloween. You 12, you good.
He 13.
You 13?
He 13.
Why, hold on, what you running for?
Was that at the end? Was that him unloading the Nerf gun?
The Nerf
on the
automatic
teenager?
fire, yes.
On the teenager, and then he was saying, "Get yourself some mac and cheese and ramen noodles." Look, I don't know what kind of neighborhood it was. Maybe it was like a neighborhood where they needed some more sustenance instead of Snickers and Butterfinger. But didn't we come to an agreement on this at one point? Did teenagers count? Like, you'd still serve teenagers if they came to your door and asked for...
Right. Listen, if they're knocking on my door asking for candy...
And they're dressed up.
They're not breaking into somebody's house. They're not selling drugs.
Yeah.
They're not shooting somebody. Take a Snickers bar. Take a Kit Kat. Take whatever we got here. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Okay.
Now, I've done a 180 on that. When I was younger, I was like, man, you're a little too old to be here. What the hell? But as I've gotten older, I'm thinking, you're not breaking into my car. So I'm willing to
admit. Here's some ramen noodles.
Is this anything? A small dog who went missing from her family's home in Mississippi about 5 years ago was reunited with her owners after turning up in Florida 520 miles away.
Shut up. 5 years ago?
It's a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. Dog's name is Penny.
Oh, I saw this.
And she was found a couple weeks ago dodging traffic on a city street. Here's Penny's owner talking about getting Penny back.
We thought Penny was a goner for sure. Just a few months went by. We had posted her in some Facebook missing pet groups, and we never got any bites. So we just assumed that she had moved on with life with a new family, and indeed she did. She's a little bigger. She's put on a little weight. We were coming to get our dog, yes. I'm so glad that we were called.
Here's the thing. Penny was microchipped. Okay, and so she went 5 years. Penny went 5 years without anybody checking if she was microchipped. She was well fed, looked like she's been taken care of. I must have microchipping. I must not understand. I thought it's like
we talked about this last week. I feel like, didn't we?
Didn't we? Like, it's not like Find My iPhone.
No, and it should be though. Because we brought up the fact that you can follow these sharks in the ocean that have been tagged.
Yes!
And watch them swim up and down the eastern seaboard. But if you tag a dog, you still can't find it. Allison?
Yeah, no, I believe that is exactly where we landed on. And I don't understand why that's not a thing. If I can locate my iPhone and track that, if I can track my Uber driver coming to pick me up, why can't I track my dog?
Right. Especially if you're paying for that service.
So what's the microchip good for then? Just the information as to who owns it?
Yeah, it's basically like it's like a collar, but for the inside. So you take them to the vet, and the vet has a scanner, or you can buy the scanners on Amazon yourself. But you have to have a scanner to scan it, and then it tells you the person's information.
I think with the advances of technology and the ability to spy on people, let's not kid ourselves, we should be able to track where the dog goes.
Here's the question. The original owners lost the dog 5 years ago, and they had to drive 500 miles to go get it. Would you go get it at that point?
Yes.
At that point, yes. I think if the dog has been able to survive for 5 years, he warrants a drive there. Now, if the dog is always trying to escape and then gets out, clearly he didn't want to be with you. Maybe it's the best thing for him to escape your crappy house. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Why do so many basement companies want half the money up front? Could it be because it's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they don't ask for a deposit until the job is done and you're completely satisfied. They even start with a free inspection to ensure you know exactly what your home needs without the guesswork. With over 35 years experience, they've proven that trust is built on results, not deposits. Michaelis, building trust beneath your feet. Visit michaeliscorp.com.
Galaxy Concrete garage floor coatings are out of this world, and they are really easy to clean too, especially the winter coming up. If you'd like to have a nice, clean garage, take a little water and a squeegee. That's about it. Plus, it's 4 times as strong as a regular garage floor. You should see the miracle that Galaxy performed on my garage floor. The before and after photos, you wouldn't even recognize it. Whether it's your garage floor, basements, pool decks, any indoor, outdoor area concrete, get a hold of Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're the best in the business. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com or call them 751-9070.
Looking for a cozy spot to relax, work, or grab your coffee to go? LC Coffee House in Noblesville, Indiana has you covered. Try our indulgent affogato, a sweet blend of espresso and ice cream, or sample our coffee flights to discover your perfect brew. In a rush, our drive-thru is ready to serve you fast and fresh. Need a space to collaborate? We offer meeting rooms perfect for co-working. Whether you're grabbing a quick drink or spending the day with us, LC Coffee House is the place to be.
Fostech is the family-owned business that makes incredible firearms right here in Indiana. Fostech, created by 2 career firefighters and 1 U.S. Air Force veteran, they create special, unique firearms. American craftsmanship meeting cutting-edge technology. Their Origin 12 shotgun is the envy of the industry, and all their products are designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Follow Fostech on Facebook and Instagram at Fostech_INC. Find a dealer near you, or visit Fostech.com. That's Fostech. Fostech.com. Use promo code WIBC for 10% off your order.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What's going on now during the second longest shutdown ever? You've got 59 degrees and sunny skies in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:31. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says Democrats are to blame for people in America losing access to aid like the SNAP food program.
Thanks to Democrats, Head Start programs are beginning to close. Housing assistance programs are at risk. Seniors and people in rural areas can't access telehealth services. National Guard training is on hold.
Democrats are sticking to their demands for more than $1 trillion in Medicaid funding and extended Affordable Care Act tax credits. Republicans claim Democrats could easily end the shutdown, but instead want to deliver welfare to people who are in the country illegally. Lilly is investing another $3 billion in its global manufacturing network with a new plant in the Netherlands. Ryan Hedrick reports on the latest move from the Indianapolis-based company.
The company announced a $3 billion plan in the Netherlands to scale up production of orforglipron, its daily obesity pill that could rival injectables like Wegovy and Zepbound. Unlike those shots, orforglipron is taken orally, making it easier to use and potentially more appealing to millions of people. The new site will also make oral drugs, but orforglipron is the main priority. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
AAA says the average Indiana gas price today is $2.89 a gallon, and the 2025 World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers are celebrating their back-to-back titles with a parade at Dodger Stadium today. The Dodgers beat the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 7 of the World Series Saturday night. With your WIBC Closing Bell report, at the closing bell, the Dow lost 226 points to 47,336. The S&P 500 went up 11 points to 6851, and the Nasdaq rose 109 points to 23,894. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:33.
You know that moment, right before the relatives arrive, when you suddenly see every spot, stain, and pet hair in the house. Hi, this is Denny Smith for Zero Res, and I'm here to tell you, don't DIY it before Thanksgiving. Leave it to the cleaning heroes at Zero Res. They'll make your carpets, upholstery, and even your air ducts shine without soap, residue, or harsh chemicals. Right now, get 3 rooms cleaned starting at $129 and take $50 off air duct cleaning. That's how you get your home looking and smelling like you meant to plan ahead. With over 5,100 Google reviews and a 4.9 rating, you can trust Zero Res to get it right the first time. So before Aunt Terry starts helping with the vacuum, call the pros. 317-388-5141 or ZeroResIndy.com, because nothing says welcome home like carpets so clean you could eat your pie off of them. But please don't. Zero Res, forward or backward, it spells the same, and it spells clean. 317-388-5141 or ZeroResIndy.com.
With your WIBC traffic at 4:34, here's Matt Bear.
Inbound 65, stop and go traffic from 21st Street to the North Split. And southbound 65 at 70 right now, jammed up North Split down to the South Split. That's a delay of 6 minutes. Eastbound 70 slow from Harding to the South Split, and on the northeast side, it finally pushed out of the right lane. This is a crash northbound 465 approaching I-69. All lanes are open. Traffic is jammed past Penn Pike to I-70, and this is a delay time of 19 minutes. Southbound 465 also slow on the east side, I-72 South Shadeland Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Shop the Black Friday sale now at Grand Appliance to save on top brands like Electrolux, Frigidaire, and more. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We're tracking a quiet, partly cloudy, and cold Monday night as low temperatures fall into the mid to upper 30s. Expect another 60-degree day on Tuesday with plenty of sunshine and dry air in place. Wednesday, winds do pick back up a bit with wind gusts of 30 to 35 miles per hour at times and highs in the upper 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Diener for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
The Chief of Police for the IMPD is Chris Bailey. Chief, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on a Monday. Big headline this morning. Action downtown over the weekend, and the mayor, and it sounds like you too, pretty fired up about certain bars, certain bar owners, and the way they're doing business.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, things have been going really well down there. We got 70,000 plus kids and their chaperones. FFA in and out, no issues. It's always a big weekend for us. Pacer game, we got Colts games, we got all the things. People come and go, and yet consistently we have a problem in about a 2-block area consistently over the course of the last, I don't know how many years, and we had some significant problems with a few bars. Those bars were eventually shut down, and those places remain empty to this day. And yet we continue to still have these issues, and for the life of me, I can't understand why. And I'm not going to get into specific names of bars or any of those things, because there's people that do what they're supposed to do every single weekend, and we don't have any issues from it. And they know who they are. The ones that have issues, they know who they are because they hear from us routinely. We try to work with them. We try to bring excise in. I met with a group of South Meridian Street and other bars, operators, managers, building owners a couple months ago. And when I saw things ramping back up that had been gone for a while, and I thought the message was clear, that ultimately they're accountable for what happens inside their establishments, and provided them things they could do to help themselves, help the area, help their community. Excise gave them some things that they can do. Some of those folks listened. Others maybe not so much. So, we can't have these things happen, and they do have some accountability. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the person that pulled the trigger in both those two instances are the people responsible.
And have you heard from? Two questions: have we found the person that pulled the trigger? And then, secondly, have we heard? I'm sure you talk to bar owners that are doing the right thing and that are concerned about things that are going on downtown.
Yeah, after my meeting I had with them, everyone was in the room. Whether you are a person who is problematic, your bar is problematic, the people that attend your bar are problematic or not, they had to listen to me, and I think some of them were pretty. Maybe they didn't, appreciate that they were being brought into the same room and had to listen to the principal talk about the problems and the consequences. But I had conversations with them a couple after the fact, and explained my position that I'm not trying to single out. I'm trying to make everybody work together. Some of the suggestions were, if you have a person that's problematic in your bar, and they're what's going to keep them from walking down the street and walking in someone else's bar and being problematic? Are you sharing information? Are you talking to each other? Are you doing those things? And I'm not sure that they are to the extent that they should. Just a few months ago, the bar right next door to this one had 2 women shot in the leg by a armed security guard, an employee of the bar, who was trying to, basically allegedly extort them for, cover charge that they weren't charging to get in there. So that can't be IMPD's fault, right? It can't be all the other systems' fault. That is a problem with who are you hiring, why are you hiring them, what are their directions, and those type of things. So there's a little bit of a blame to go around to a lot of different people with these incidents.
Chief, when it comes to blame, and I know that's a word that we're going to throw out there, and everybody wants to find somebody to blame. I said earlier on the show, I feel like multiple things can be true here. I feel like you can criticize the bars themselves for maybe a lack of security or letting a bunch of things go, but also, I mean, you've got a bunch of repeat offenders that are still out on the street with violent records, and they're allowed to, go into these same establishments as anybody else. I feel like there's equal blame there. Does that make sense?
No, yeah. And one thing doesn't have to be true, right? Like I said, there's a little piece that goes around. Like, I mean, this particular incident, I just found out, after a conversation with Nigel earlier today, I went and did some research on my own about something. One of the persons shot was only 20 years old. Shouldn't even been in the bar, right? And then you talk about people that are involved in other criminal offenses, and I'm not going to talk about the victims in this case, but we do see these repeat violent offenders or these repeat offenders that end up somehow with another gun, and they go out just like everybody else. So there's a lot of blame to go around, but in this particular case, it was 100% preventable. We spent an exorbitant amount of money, overtime money, just for those couple blocks of downtown, and it's frustrating for me because. And it should be frustrating for taxpayers. They're certainly not generating that much tax money back into the economy that we're spending down there to make sure adults who should know better can go out, have a good time, and go home. And let me be clear about something else. 99.9% of the people do that. But it only takes one or two, and like in this particular incident, to catch somebody with a stray round walking down the street, or suddenly gunfire erupts in a building where you're trapped and confined, where somebody can be seriously killed or multiple people can be hit by bullets like we saw in that one bar.
Talk a little. Look, I'm not a bar owner. I don't know much about running a bar, but I've been going to bars for a long time. I'm 49 years old. Here's what I understand. I understand that you cannot operate a bar successfully and with no problems if the employees are also drinking along with the patrons. Is that a problem with some of these bars downtown that you're finding, is that the employees are also imbibing along with the patrons?
Yeah, I've had that reported to me from our officers where we've had issues, and you go to talk to the manager, or you see bartenders, and they're half popped themselves. So there have been those reports to me. It's not unusual. I think if you've been going to bars as long as you say, and I have no doubt that you have, Nigel.
Yeah. I love he laughed at you right there. There was an awkward pause and a laugh. Let that sink in.
I tried to stop my laugh from coming out, but I couldn't help it. That you see that some bar people at the bar will buy the bartender shots, right? And how many times a night does that happen?
Sure.
And if part of your responsibility is to make sure people aren't overserved, and you can't do that if you yourself have been overserved. So I'm not saying it's rampant. I'm saying that it happens. It has happened, and I'm sure it happens in not just bars downtown, but all over where we see those kind of things. And those are things that as a business owner or manager you can't put up with.
Speaking with the chief of police for IMPD, Chris Bailey, here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Chief, we hear from your bosses and city leaders, downtown Indy is the safest part of Indy, especially when there's an election year. You hear that at every single debate and campaign. When these headlines come out, and they happen, unfortunately, quite a bit, it feels like, what's your response when you hear somebody in your city say, you know what, I like downtown Indy, I'm rooting for downtown Indy, but I don't feel safe being downtown after 10 o'clock?
Yeah, that's the hardest part of our job, is to fight perception. You can put numbers out all you want. Obviously, if it bleeds, it leads. The headlines that people see, on websites, what leads off every newscast, as it will tonight and probably tomorrow, will be what happens down there. And, and that's at the detriment, I think, sometimes to downtown. Downtown, no doubt, is an economic engine of the entire state of Indiana. We all have a vested interest in making sure that it's safe and it's a great place to live, work, and visit. And it is. But when you have these things happen, it is always a step back. It is always another punch in the gut and another black eye. I've had at least 3 different police conventions in this city this year, and every time I go and open remarks or at the end of it, I speak to people that I know from all over the country. They love our city. They felt safe in our city. But they may also not have been out at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning. What's the old saying? Nothing good happens after midnight. Yeah. And I'm especially believe in that now with the amount of people who aren't afraid to pull the trigger, who have conflict issues, who may be high or drunk or both at the same time, out that late. If you bump into them the wrong way, something bad might happen. It's very unfortunate, and I wish it hadn't happened. But we're going to keep doing everything we can to let people know that downtown's safe, but also help them understand that it is, and do our make it safe.
Well, Chief, I know the job's not easy, and you guys have a thankless job, but keep up the hard work, man. Tell your officers there's a lot of people out there, specifically the listeners of our show, that are rooting for them, and be safe.
Hey, you know who ran toward the gunfire over the weekend? IMPD officers. We're all should be very grateful and thankful for them. I know I am, and I appreciate the time to come on the show and talk about the great work that they do every single day, because they're the best of us.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
It's that time of year again when the leaves turn, the days get shorter, and you hear a lot about Medicare open enrollment. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all the options, you're not alone. Original Medicare, Advantage plans, Part D, Medigap, it's a lot to sort through. And making the wrong choice can cost you more than just your financial confidence. That's where Howard Bailey Financial comes in. At Howard Bailey, we don't just help you pick a Medicare plan. We help you make a more confident choice with your full financial picture in mind. Our team has licensed Medicare professionals backed by experienced financial advisors, all working together to help you retire with purpose. Get started by texting CARE to 888-494-5004 to speak with the Howard Bailey team and start your Medicare conversation today. At Howard Bailey Financial, we make Medicare simple so you can focus on enjoying the season, not stressing about it. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. See disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations valuations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Texas 321 now at 800-808-9443. 800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me. Snap it. Send it. Hear it. Your photos, your video, your voice on WIBC. Join the text club by texting WIBC to 317-239-9393.
All right, Matt, I'll be going over to the Pacers game tonight to boo Miles Turner and his return to the field house. For those coming downtown, what are we looking at?
So far, so good, Hammer. We have our usual slowdowns for rush hour. It's inbound 65 stop and go after 21st down to the north split, and that's a 2-minute delay. Southbound 65, 76-minute delay from the north split to the south split. That's all jammed up. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic after Harding Street into the south split. So if you're trying to get into downtown to that Meridian Street or West Street exit, might take an extra minute this evening. Northbound 65 stop and go before Raymond into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bath and double the value. It's B Window's Black Friday bath sale. Buy one bath, get one free, plus no interest and no payments for 24 months. Call now or visit bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Look, I had no intentions of booing Miles Turner until he started running his mouth when he left the Pacers, ripping on Halliburton, ripping on the Pacers. Like,
was it that bad though? Was it? Is it as egregious as you're making it out to be?
Man, I think it kind of was.
Okay.
For a dude that's been known to wear an ascot and women's pants to sit on the sideline, he's getting awful cocky. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Pink pants.
Pink pants. Yeah. We'll see what happens tonight. Kevin Bowen, who works over at our sister sports station, 107.5 The Fan, he's going to join us about 5:35, and we'll kind of get a feel for him. Not only what happened with the Colts, but what's Miles Turner in for tonight? Will there be a tribute video from Miles Turner in his return tonight? Nigel, if you need a reason to drink tonight, it's National Sandwich Day. National Sandwich Day.
Sure, I'll drink to that.
Better sandwich. Turkey or ham sandwich, whichever you prefer, or a PB&J.
No, I'm going to go club sandwich, which includes both, I believe, in bacon and lettuce and spicy mustard and mayo.
What about a grilled cheese? Maybe with bacon, maybe without, depending on how you get down?
Yeah, I could do a grilled cheese, a more basic, put butter or sometimes secretly mayonnaise and cook it over. Put the
mayonnaise on
it.
a grilled cheese?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, instead of putting the butter and grilling it, put mayonnaise.
Okay. What about the McRib? Where does the McRib fall in the hierarchy?
Once a year, I'll do a McRib. Are we at that time? Have we passed it? I don't know.
We're getting close.
Are we?
We're getting close.
Okay.
Which brings us to great moments in sandwich history.
I said, you're supposed to offer me the extra McRib for $1 when you buy the McRib meal. You ain't gonna believe it. She looked me up and down, and she said, well, it don't look like you need the extra McRib. Excuse me? I throw punched that I knocked her down. So if you come to the McDonald's and you see a lady named Charlene in there, tell her Carla sent you. And then you throw punch her or punch her in the I don't give a This is against my civil rights.
Great moments in sandwich history.
I don't think we need to go any further than that.
That's it.
You can't get any better than that at all.
And you know what? It's easy to judge that woman. I get it. I understand. When you're expecting to get a BOGO deal on a McRib, and you get lip from the, quote, McDonald's worker, it's time to throw hands. Top stories, Michael Paul Hart, next.
Hammer and Nigel show here would never lead our friends astray, our audience, or people who listen to the show. That's why we say, when we tell you that American Standard Heating and Air, they're the best because they're built to a higher standard. We mean it. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local independent American Standard dealers in Central Indy.
Our friends at Family Heating and Air, the Morris family and their staff taking care of you this fall into the winter. You could call Rachel, Marcus, or Malia today to make sure that system is ready for the cool fall weather ahead. Family Heating and Air always encourages you to call them for a free second opinion. Maybe you got a quote from another company, something doesn't look right. Call Family because nobody takes care of you like Family. And you can also ask about how to get better indoor air quality. 317-577-8077. That's 577-8077. Family Heating and Air. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swanco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swanco 317-407-1868 or swancollc.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Health gives you the ability to love more, feel more, be more. Health gives you the ability to live an extraordinary life. Because every day, no matter the challenges, is a chance to breathe, laugh until your belly aches, cry because you care so much, and experience everything that makes your life truly extraordinary. For 150 years, Franciscan Health has been there, watching extraordinary lives unfold. Love your extraordinary life.
Why do so many basement companies want half the money up front? Could it be because it's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they don't ask for a deposit until the job is done and you're completely satisfied. They even start with a free inspection to ensure you know exactly what your home needs without the guesswork. With over 35 years experience, they've proven that trust is built on results, not deposits. Michaelis, building trust beneath your feet. Visit michaeliscorp.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, why Indianapolis police say a shooting could have been prevented. You'll hear what you can do to keep your home safe. And a Milwaukee Bucks player who was an Indiana Pacers player is coming back to Indiana, and you'll hear why. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Neither side is budging. Lisa Brady, Fox News, on day 34 of a government shutdown that tomorrow will tie the record for the longest ever.
The only plan Republicans have for health care seems to be to eliminate it, and then to tell working people to go figure it out on their own. That's not a health care plan. That's cruel.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Obamacare subsidies must be extended. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says Democrats could have been negotiating that this week if they had voted last week to reopen government.
Thanks to Democrats, millions more Americans, millions, Mr. President, are now at risk of going hungry. And yet the Democrat shutdown marches on.
The Senate plans another test vote tomorrow on the stopgap spending bill that the House passed in September. President Trump holds tele-rallies tonight for Republicans in New Jersey and Virginia, where voters pick governors tomorrow. California Governor Gavin Newsom hoping for record turnout on Prop 50, the state's early redistricting effort to send a message to President Trump.
They poked the bear, and the bear is poking back, and we're going to get out there and win and send a powerful message.
State legislators proposing a new congressional map aimed at helping Democrats to counter redistricting efforts in other states aimed at helping Republican candidates. Her career spanned 6 decades. Actress Diane Ladd has died. She was 89.
You know, I can tell that you're new to this kind of work, but you catch on real quick.
Nominated for 3 Academy Awards, the first for that role as waitress Flo in Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Her daughter, actress Laura Dern, confirming Ladd's death, calling her an amazing hero and profound gift of a mother who's flying with her angels now. Dern writing that she was at Ladd's side when she died at home in California. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Downtown is Indianapolis's busiest area. What do police say? Sunny and 59 degrees. Tonight's low is 36. I'm Jake McDaniel. This report is brought to you by Moss Roofing, and here's what's trending at 5:02. Quick action is key to stopping violence. Even with 2 shootings near businesses this weekend, the area accounts for only a small share of the city's crime.
Those individuals that involve themselves in risk behavior, that bring guns to bars, are the problem.
At a news conference today, IMPD Chief Chris Bailey softened his stance from the day before when he blamed Jovito Ultra Lounge management for a shooting that injured 3. He says he does not plan to speak with the business owners. Don't wait for winter. What people in Indiana can do to keep their homes safe, Johnette Cruz reports.
November is Carbon Monoxide Poisoning Awareness Month, a critical time as the heating season drives up deadly risks. According to the CDC, over 100,000 emergency room visits are due to CO poisoning each year, with 2/3 of cases happening at home. Josh Elliott, HVAC training manager for Williams Comfort Air, says to make sure you even have them installed.
A lot of homes that we go to don't even have CO detectors installed. And if you have gas-fired appliances or any heating system at all that burns any type of fuel, you need to have a CO detector.
He says all CO detectors should also be replaced every 5 to 7 years. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Milwaukee Bucks center Miles Turner is returning to Indiana as they play the Indiana Pacers at Gainbridge Fieldhouse tonight. Turner used to be the Pacers center.
Man, like I said, I think that I've given myself win, lose, draw. You know, whether I was up, whether I was down, I was out here, fighting for the city, fighting for this team. And, I hope those feelings are, reciprocated tonight. I'm expecting the best, but, you never know.
Over the summer, Turner landed a multi-year deal with Milwaukee. The tip-off is at 7 o'clock. And the Athenaeum Foundation is bringing back its popular serial cinema series this Saturday at the Bacille Theater in Indianapolis. Families are invited to watch The Rescuers from 1977 starting at 10 that morning, with doors opening at 9:30, and you can enjoy Serial while you watch. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
If you're experiencing a hardship and need to quickly sell your home, we may be able to help. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Simple Quarters has helped me by allowing me to sell my house. It's given me the financial stability to be able to move and go on with that next chapter. Simple Quarters was the best option for me because there was no BS involved. It was simply straightforward, to the point, honesty. And that is what made me go with Simple Quarters. There was nothing that I didn't expect. They didn't have hidden fees. They didn't ask me to go get an appraisal. They didn't ask me to have a surveyor come out. This has probably been one of the easiest experiences in my life. And if I ever have to do it again, I would call Simple Quarters again. Simple Quarters absolutely kept their word through the whole process.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
WIBC traffic at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Crash downtown. It is eastbound 70 at Meridian Street, and right now the center lane is blocked. This says traffic jammed back to Harding Street. Southbound 6570 delayed 4 minutes downtown. North split to the south split. Inbound 65 slow after 21st to the north split. On the east side, crash cleared northbound 465 approaching I-69. Still stop and go traffic past Pendleton Pike. And northbound 465 on the northwest side slows 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69, 5-minute delay, 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's Black Friday all month long at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. This week only, lease a 2025 Accord SC for just $299 a month with 0 down, plus get 2 years of complimentary maintenance. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
A partly cloudy and cold Monday night is ahead for us with lows in the mid-upper 30s. Tuesday, expecting another 60-degree day under partly sunny skies and lighter winds and dry air. How much TV? Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Hello, everybody. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
City County Council meets tonight, and from time to time, at least once each month, we touch base with Michael Paul Hart from the City County Council.
MPH.
Representing District 20. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. Pleasure to be back. Happy to talk to you guys.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but from the last time you joined us in studio to now, you decided to officially pull the trigger on saying, I think Joe Hogsett should resign. Other councilors have said this a while back. You were a little late to the party. Why?
Yeah, I was a little late. I was the fifth to come out and say it. And, you know, there was a whole nother series of reports that came out from the Indy Star and Mirror.
I saw that.
And those guys they really do a great job on investigative journalism, and I'll give them credit where credit's due. But one of the things I spend a lot of time on are these economic development projects in Indianapolis. I've sat on that committee for the last 6 years, and now I was reflecting on a lot of those projects. And you can see now that, you know, how much the taxpayers are out just on these projects. I mean, you're talking $5 million in demolition on the old jail, $18 million on the gold building, and it's impacting other things that, you know, are taking opportunities away from outside of the Indianapolis area. So that, I mean, struck a chord with me. And of course, then all the, you know, the corroboration between Thomas Cook, here we are again having that conversation. Ugh. And then it's the leadership staff who's trusted to put, you know, the right foot forward and make these decisions are doing what's in the best interest for them. And that was something that, you know, if you combine the first report, HR gave the recommendation to Hogsett, fire Thomas Cook, don't promote Scarlett Andrews. And those are the two people that were doing all that dirty business. And what did he do? He didn't fire Cook, or, well, he gave him, you know, an extra extended time, and he promoted Andrews all the way up to deputy mayor eventually.
Was this before he brought back Thomas Carl Cook to work on his campaign?
This would have been around the same time. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, we've talked a lot about the sexual harassment, and it's staggering how much stuff was taking place and how the media in the city, outside of this show and this radio station, are just now kind of jumping on the story. But go back to the jail. Like you mentioned something a second ago. How much did it cost to demolish the old jail? And then the new jail you build has less beds than the one you just tore down.
Yeah, so here was the problem, is that, you know, like we put out these requests for information, right, or the city will, to say, hey, we've got this land, tell us what you think you can do with it. And they'll have a bunch of developers and they'll come, you know, give them their project scope. And what happened in this case is there was, you know, we can do these 10 things for this amount of money, and that's what they accepted. And then you might have other developers say, yeah, we could probably only do like maybe 5 or 6 things, you know, and still keep it within budget. Well, the city went with the bigger project and the bigger budget, and then ultimately those developers couldn't show up. Well, those were the Thomas Cook projects. And then so when they couldn't deliver, then the city had to come in, and we talk about that jail project, you know, spend $5 million to knock it down. And that was the story of, there was a couple developments like that where they picked bigger, overzealous projects that ultimately couldn't get done, and then the city had to come in and then use taxpayer dollars to get those projects done.
How much pull did Thomas Carl Cook have in this city?
It's ridiculous, a lot. It was a lot. I mean, it looked like he was really, making a lot of decisions on, hiring and firing. I mean, the chief of staff generally does,
right?
But I mean, he had a lot.
Which is staggering considering this guy's background. And if the reports are true from not only the Indy Star, but Mirror Indy and people who have reached out to us, I mean, Hawksett had to have known about the allegations that were happening.
Certainly. And so where the question was, why'd you wait? Why late to the party? Right. And to me, it's that the ultimate judgment and decision making. And when we look at, all the issues that are going on in Indianapolis, we look at the crime that we're talking about this morning, and, you blame bar owners. You look at the homelessness all over the city, right? Whether it's downtown or in Fountain Square, and you're asking, are you putting the best people in charge to make these decisions? I have to question a lot of that. Are you putting the right people in charge? Now, the chief of police, absolutely, I trust Chris Bailey, and I think he's a great chief of police. But some of these other things I have to start to question, and I look back now and really think, wow, and that's what between the sexual harassment allegations, between the current decision making process, who's been in charge, and all this stuff coming out, to me said, no, that's it. That's the straw.
And then what about the HR firm that came in and started making all these suggestions on how to proceed with the city's HR? What's the status there? I mean, that was like $450,000, I think, to have them come in and make suggestions and advise as to how to proceed with the HR policies within the administration?
Certainly. So I was approached by Counselor Dan Boots. So Dan Boots, and I'll always get credit. I think Counselor Boots is a great counselor. He's on the other side of the house, but he really works hard. Him and I are working on about 5 different things right now. And he came to me and he said, look, I'm trying to pick up the pieces that was left behind on this sexual harassment investigative committee, because that was an ultimate failure by Krista Carlino. And so he approached me and says, hey, Mike, I know you work, would you be interested in joining, a working group on trying to put together what those recommendations are, reading on all that. And in fact, what we did is we formed a working group of about 6 counselors who actually work, and we sent out about another 34 questions to Fisher Phillips, things that just never got asked in the investigative committee. They gave us back those answers, and then we went and found industry experts, Women Defense League, and then some human resource experts, and then we brought in the city we brought them in actually last week to show them the recommendations that were coming, ask them what they're doing, and trying to put together a broader solution for we can't solve for everything, right? But we're going to try and at least look at where the failures occurred and then craft policy moving forward to make it to where it's less likely for it to occur again in the future.
Michael Paul Hart joining us here from the City County Council, District 20. Got the big meeting coming up tonight. You're part of the Committee on Safety in downtown Indy, which we've talked about in the past. It's a committee that doesn't meet very often for some reason. It's a committee whose chair wants to close debate about safety in downtown Indy. It was another violent weekend. We had the chief of police on earlier. You got a debate between bar owners downtown, and is it the patrons going in? Have we heard from the leadership of the safety committee on the council?
No, we have not. We're scheduled to meet, I believe, as early as next week. And it's standard business. There's, no new business has been added to that, and those agendas are coming out today. Or at least the introductions are coming out today, but it's standard appointing people to committees and things of that nature. There's no creative thought coming out of our committee leader for public safety. It's really
then
just
how is he the
business.
leader? Like, how does this happen?
This has been joked about in the past, but it's a committee called Committee on Committees, right? There has to be a group of people that select the chairman, and there's 3 of them: the minority leader, the majority leader, and the president of the council. And internally, only the majority party gets to select committee leaders.
Sure.
So Republicans aren't picking anything, right? We don't lead any of the committees. So it's between Maggie Lewis and VOP, and they're figuring out, who's paying dues, who's doing what, who's got an expertise in X, Y, and Z, and then they're ultimately making that decision on who that committee chair is. And for public safety, they chose Leroy Robinson.
Can you file some sort of grievance with either one of those, whether it's Maggie or Vop, and say, listen, I get I'm the minority over here. We have an extreme minority on this council, but the leader that you picked never wants to meet, never wants to do anything. And oh, by the way, there's some allegations against him too. Like, what would happen if you were to do that?
Yeah, I think the paper's more expensive than the time to actually submit anything.
It would be ignored in the order it's received.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
You know, the best thing we can do, I mean, is do what we're doing now, right? Talk about it, show these things, you know.
And name names. I think that's important.
Absolutely. And I mean, when I'm clipping things, right? I mean, I use Smart India as my outlet for a lot of this stuff, but, you know, we're clipping these things. I'm trying to bring speakers and people with new ideas to the council, and they're shutting it down. So we're putting that online, right? We're sharing that on social media, and it's trying to get people, you know, we're trying to get people involved to say, like, this is who you're letting get elected. Like, think about that now, and then what decisions you're going to make in 2027.
Talk to me about the Washington Square Mall. For years, we kept hearing about, you know, investors. They want to revitalize this. They want to make it, you know, something positive, different types of things, whether it's housing, whether it's different places where people can shop. Doesn't seem like any of that's worked.
No, it hasn't. Over the years, it's been, so since 2019, it's been the same. It hasn't changed a bit. Like, a group has owned it, but they haven't invested any money. And when I ran my campaign, that was the top issue, is we got to fix the mall. So for me, the whole thing's got to be scraped. I mean, it's got to be, you know, just demolished. So you've got a couple good buildings over there that are worth keeping. Like, Target owns Target. So Target would absolutely want to stay, and I've got a great relationship with them at the corporate level, and we've talked about these things. You've got AMC over there. It's a great movie theater. I'm giving my secret away now, but it really is a good movie theater. So there's a couple assets still, but my plan is, now that I've found out officially, I've actually got in contact with the guys who own the mall. It's a company called Durga Properties. And I had a meeting with them a couple weeks ago, and I asked them just, you know, straight up, is the mall, or I said, what are you doing, really? And they said, well, we don't have any plans on knocking it down or really rebuilding it. And I said, well, then, is it for sale? And he looked at me and he said, everything's for sale. And I said, well, no, I'm asking you very pointedly, because if you tell me it's for sale, I'm going to go try and sell your mall. I'm going to go find people. I'm going to see if there's ways for, you know, us to get involved. We talk about all these projects downtown,
right? All
those things, investments made. That's how I am phrasing this project. We have an opportunity here.
That's a big piece of property.
And they're, like it or not, the blue line's going in over there, right? But it's going to come with all new road and all new infrastructure. So it's going to be a nicer road, less lanes, but a nicer road. And it's a phenomenal piece of property. It's like 47 acres, to where we've got to get it in the hands of there's a lot of different ways that we could go about this, but into either a group of people that's, you know, a CDC, which is a community development corporation, that want to be kind of that glue that brings it all together, a private development organization. But there are tools and there are people that are certainly going to be interested. The biggest hurdle was really getting in contact with these people, and I was able to get that done a couple weeks ago. So now we're having real conversations, and I'm out, you know, talking to everybody I know about, you know, trying to buy the mall. So if anybody's listening and want to buy the mall, I got one for sale.
Like, what would be the future of that? Is it another shopping facility? Is it demolished and turned into something else? Are you open to all ideas?
All ideas. So I partnered with Ball State a few months ago, and they've got an urban planning school in Marion County. And I sent a random email, honestly, and I got a professor on the line, and I said, hey, look, I've got this mall. Can you help me show what's been done in other areas? And just, you know, what's more expensive. And she did. She went and she gave me about 7 or 8 different examples, put together this beautiful presentation that shows, you know, if you want, and I'm not suggesting this, but a logistics center, right? You could knock it down low cost, but, you know, top of the chart is, you know, mixed use. You're going to have apartments, condos, townhouse, shopping centers, trails. And that to me is what I'm out there pitching, is like, this is an opportunity to, you know, rechange the dynamic of that side of town.
How much?
How
much are we talking?
So they wouldn't give me a price. They wouldn't give me the price. So they want a price, an offer made to them, which you could assume.
Sweet.
For best offer, is that what we're talking about for the Washington Square Mall? Man, that's wild. Because I remember growing up, man, that was a hot spot, Nige. I think I bought my senior pictures photo where I look like the front man of a Color Me Bad cover band from the Washington Square Mall back in the day. What's coming up at the big council meeting tonight?
Councilman, there's a lot of end-of-year appropriations. So there's a couple things that caught my eye, one of which, I was really pushing on Mears to tell me he needed more people because I was okay with that because we seem to not be prosecuting enough people. So during the budget season, I was trying to get him to tell me, yes, we need more money. And I was fine with that. I was going to try and get some over there to hire more prosecutors. It looks like he's asking for another $250,000 for personnel. I don't know if that's for more people.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't he say he wasn't going to ask for more money?
He did. And yeah, there's a lot of that in this council introductions. A lot of collective bargaining agreements. So those are union agreements for the police, fire. Those are getting paid up at the end of the year. The Economic Enhancements District is getting their money in this introduction. So they're $5.5 million going to the folks that you see downtown wearing the red shirts, the safety ambassadors, the folks doing the cleaning.
See them. Yeah, sure.
The housing, the shelter program, all of that comes together. Some of the funding comes together. I've got my urban forest. We're getting closer on that. So we've got some money moving around. We've got a dedicated fund that we're creating. Just moving a lot of money around at the end of the year, trying to get the accounts right and be prepared for 26.
All right. Look forward to the meeting tonight.
Good luck.
Counselor Michael Paul Hart, thank you so much. All right, Matt Baer, what's going on, buddy?
All right, Hammer looking at inbound 69 stop-and-go traffic, 106th Street down to 82nd. On the west side, southbound 465 stop-and-go before the I-65 ramps down to West 56th Street, and again from 38 to Crawfordsville Road. Downtown, inbound 65, slow 29 to Meridian. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 2 minutes. North split to the south split because of construction. Eastbound 74-minute delay after Harding into the south split. East side, southbound 465 delayed 10 minutes from 70 to 74. Northbound 465 still grinding after 70 up to I-69, 11-minute delay because of an earlier stall. Traffic sponsored by Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Get your home ready for colder temps and the holidays. Benjamin Franklin of Indianapolis is here to help. Everything from plumbing inspections, water heaters, and more. Book now at BenjaminFranklinPlumbingIndy.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
54 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Are you okay with this? Next.
Cardiac issues are the #1 cause of death every year. If you'd like to learn about a personalized heart program that offers more than just drugs or surgery, join us for our free Holistic Integration Seminar, Holistic Heart, a holistic approach to heart health, Wednesday, November 5th at 6:30 p.m. at Cohatch in Carmel. You'll hear from Dr. Robert Prather, host of the Voice of Health Radio.
We've had several people say that they got a much more thorough picture on what was going on with their heart than even going to the top cardiology hospitals.
Those who attend will receive our autonomic nervous system test that measures your heart function, nervous system, and circulatory system for just $49, normally a $195 value. The Holistic Integration Free Seminar, Holistic Heart, featuring Dr. Robert Prather, Wednesday, November 5th at 6:30 p.m. at Cohatch in Carmel. Learn how to protect your heart and reserve your seat by calling 317-848-8048 or online at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
It's that time of year again when the leaves turn, the days get shorter, and you hear a lot about Medicare open enrollment. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all the options, you're not alone. Original Medicare, Advantage plans, Part D, Medigap, it's a lot to sort through. And making the wrong choice can cost you more than just your financial confidence. That's where Howard Bailey Financial comes in. At Howard Bailey, we don't just help you pick a Medicare plan. We help you make a more confident choice with your full financial picture in mind. Our team has licensed Medicare professionals backed by experienced financial advisors, all working together to help you retire with purpose. Get started by texting CARE to 888-494-5004 to speak with the Howard Bailey team and start your Medicare conversation today. At Howard Bailey Financial, we make Medicare simple so you can focus on enjoying the season, not stressing about it. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. See disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer going on now.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
What if the next time you painted your home was the last time you painted your home?
Our home has had Rhino Shield for 10 years.
Rhino Shield. Call 888-RHINO-41. Don't paint, don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Another accident? What happened? Our truck driver got cut off, and they're getting blamed. No witnesses, no proof, and insurance is skyrocketing.
Wait, our drivers shouldn't take the blame for this?
Exactly why we need Samsara. Their AI dashcam show real-time video proving when our drivers aren't at fault.
So we protect our drivers and avoid false claims?
Yep. Companies using Samsara have exonerated their drivers and saved millions on insurance.
Protect your drivers and your bottom line at Samsara.com. Samsara. Operates smarter.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
This kind of depresses me, Hammer. October saw the lowest box office receipts in 27 years. The movie Tron and The Smashing Machine, starring The Rock, were all massive flops. Are you okay with this?
Man, listen, I'm a wrestling guy. You guys know I like the wrestling.
Yeah.
The Rock is box office poison. Like, when you make him the main player in your movie, it's guaranteed to flop. I think he's had like one movie where he's been the star that's been any good.
Jumanji, maybe? I don't know.
For the most part, he's better off as a number 2 in a movie.
Wow.
This whole Smashing Machine movie was awful. The Tron movie was awful. And you can't just say that, well, we're tired of reboots. I mean, maybe Tron was, but Smashing Machine was an original movie. It's just an insane amount of crap coming out of Hollywood right now.
Just real quick. Back to the Future, a movie that was made 40 years ago, made it into the top 5 of the box office placements this weekend because it had like a re-release.
Right.
Back to the Future, 40 years ago.
Correct.
Top 5 movie at the box office. It beat out the Bruce Springsteen movie.
Which is tanking, by the way, because let's be honest, Springsteen's kind of boring. Now, I know Rob Kendall somewhere is having his head spin around like Beetlejuice.
Boy.
But the life story of Bruce Springsteen is, okay, underachieving dude makes good, mumbles during music. Okay, I feel like I already know that about Bruce Springsteen from what I've gathered, and I haven't seen the movie, but there's nothing new. You don't learn anything in this movie, and his story is not that exciting. So, Nigel, you're more of a movie guy than I am. Why would you say that everything right now sucks? Is it the rise of streaming? Is it lack of original ideas?
The rise of streaming, it used to be straight to DVD meant something negative. Now, straight to streaming, straight to Netflix, made for Netflix means something totally different. And I think that's the key right there.
We were excited for Happy Gilmore sequel, which was direct to Netflix.
Absolutely.
More than any movie that's came out this year.
Yeah. Well, except Mission Impossible, some of the other stuff. But even then, I didn't go to see Mission Impossible at the box office. I waited till I was able to stream it.
Coming up next, Kevin Bowen, 107.5 The Fan. what happened to the Colts. We're going to talk about that disappointing, ugly loss to the Steelers. And tonight, Miles Turner coming back to Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Are they going to have a video tribute? Are you going to boo him or cheer him? We'll talk about that coming up right after Jake does the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
SNAP food program funding has dried up during the shutdown. Sunny skies, 58 degrees in downtown Indy. Lows tonight in the mid-30s. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30. But the Trump administration will briefly restart it. House Speaker Mike Johnson tells Fox's The Will Cain Show the program may be misused in the Democratic-led states.
They allowed illegal aliens to siphon off those resources that were intended for Americans who are truly in need. We're working to change that, but it's a step-by-step process here.
The program helps more than 40 million Americans buy food, but the shutdown drags on. Democrats want to extend health care subsidies before they agree to reopen the government, saying Republicans are blocking progress by refusing to discuss the issue. An award-winning actress has died today.
Diane Ladd, the three-time Oscar-nominated actress who brought depth and grit to films like Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore and Wild at Heart, has died at 89. Her daughter, actress Laura Dern, in a statement, wrote in part, "My amazing hero and my profound gift of a mother passed with me beside her this morning at her home in Ojai, California." She added she is flying with her angels now. Ladd's career spanned more than 6 decades on stage, screen, and television. She broke through in 1974 with Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, earning her first Oscar nomination for her role as Flo, the brash, straight-talking waitress.
Fox's Michelle Polino reporting a college in New York is on lockdown after police say there was a shooting on campus. Police arrived at SUNY Morrisville out of Syracuse. They say one person was shot and being treated for their injuries, and no suspects were reported. And you're paying an average of $2.89 a gallon of gas in Indiana today, says AAA. And the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 7 of the World Series Saturday night. Dodgers pitcher and design hitter.
I'm ready to get another ring next year. Let's go.
Designated hitter, rather. The Dodgers are this year's World Series champions, and they celebrated their back-to-back titles with a parade today at Dodger Stadium. News time, 5:32. Your traffic now with Matt Bear.
East side, northbound 465, stop-and-go traffic after 70 up to I-69, an 11-minute delay, and our slowdown continues on northbound 69 from 465 up to 96. Inbound 69, jammed after 106th Street, 282nd delayed at 8 minutes. Looking at southbound 465 east side, stop and go from 72, 74, an 8-minute delay. Downtown southbound 65, 70 delayed 8 minutes from the north split to the south split because of construction. Inbound 65 slow after 21st to Meridian. Eastbound 70 slow west into the south split. South side northbound 65 slow off Raymond up to the south split. That is construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. It's B Windows biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We're tracking a quiet, partly cloudy, and cold Monday night as low temperatures fall into the mid to upper 30s. Expect another 60-degree day on Tuesday with plenty of sunshine, lighter winds, and dry air in place. It'll be a fantastic day for any outdoor activities overall. And then we're going to have our warmest day of the work week emerge by Wednesday, but winds do pick back up a bit with wind gusts of 30 to 35 miles per hour times and highs in the upper 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. It's Jason Hammer over there. Colts lose on the road to the Steelers 27-20. I'm pretty confident in saying that it wasn't really even that close. Would you agree, Hammer?
Unfortunately, that's the case, but let's defer to our expert here, Kevin Bowen, part of the morning show over at our sister sports station, 107.5 The Fan. KB, that final score says it was a one-possession game, but boy, it didn't feel like it.
Yeah, anytime you have 6 turnovers in a game, it definitely feels like it's probably a much bigger margin than it is on the scoreboard. So really it all turned, I thought, when T.J. Watt, stripped Daniel Jones there early in the second quarter. I thought the Colts were well on their way to building another multi-score first-half lead and was kind of used to the same old, but now here we are having a little bit of a different Monday conversation than we've had this year.
So let's get into what went wrong. All season long, that Colt offense has been clicking. The offensive line was giving time to Daniel Jones. Yesterday, they were able to take Jonathan Taylor out of the game. Daniel Jones was making some bad decisions. That offensive line seemed like it was Swiss cheese. What happened?
Yeah, I think the root of it is right there. It is the offensive line, which has been, I would argue, one of the best units for the Colts this season. But obviously the pass protection, I think it's pretty easy to see. And, I brought up that T.J. Watt strip of Daniel Jones earlier, but I also think the inability to establish Jonathan Taylor was a big, big problem. I thought it hurt a lot of Colts fans, hey, Shane Steichen's not establishing, Jonathan Taylor enough. And, I felt like it's kind of typical Shane's MO this season. He is very, very adopting of his own philosophy, if you will, of throw to score, run to win. And when they did run Taylor in that first half, very ineffective. His longest gain, I think, was 6 yards. He had 8 carries in the first half. In the third quarter, they gave it to him 6 times, which is a good amount for a single quarter. And his long carry then was just 9 yards. And, by that point, the score had kind of gotten out of hand, and you had to throw it to get back in the game. So, when I say poor offensive line, to me, it's both those things. It is the inability to, control the line of scrimmage to establish your, best player in Jonathan Taylor, but then also holding up in pass protection with some really critical issues there. So, yeah, easily the worst offensive line game of the season.
One big-name sports commentator who shall remain nameless kind of encapsulated the irrational, passionate Colts fan in me when he wrote these words: cross the Colts off the Super Bowl contender list, Puke City, Daniel Jones just bleeped us all. Are we, talk me off a lid? We're not there yet, are we? That's the irrational Colts fan and this person's take. And I honestly, I was watching that too, and I was thinking, okay, this isn't for real.
Yeah, I like to think that, 9 games into a season, a 7-1 start probably earns you a little bit of benefit of the doubt. And,
yeah.
Honestly, this conversation could just boil down to me saying, yeah, the Colts had 6 turnovers, and then us hanging up and talking again next Monday. Like, so much of it is just rooted in that. I don't know if you guys remember this game, but the last time they had 6 turnovers in a game was 18 years ago when Peyton Manning threw 6 interceptions on Sunday Night Football against the Chargers, and yet they still almost won that game. Adam Vinatieri missed a 29-yard field goal for the win late in that game. So that's how long it has been. Now, I will say this. When you start to look at the playoff caliber teams the Colts have faced this season, I would call Denver that. I'd call both the Rams and the Chargers that. I'd call Pittsburgh that. All 4 of those games, you combine it all, the Colts are 2-2 in those games. I'd say Rams and Broncos are kind of a coin flip. Chargers, the Colts kind of controlled. And yesterday, I'd say Pittsburgh kind of controlled. But I think there is a little bit of, all right, when a team is able to slow down Taylor and then was able to get after Daniel Jones a bit, and you put a little extra on his plate and the opposing quarterback largely protects the football, those types of teams, it becomes a bit of a coin flip type of game. And these are more of the teams I think you're going to start to see in the second half of the season. They'll go to Germany next week and take on the Falcons, but then after that, you're at Kansas City, you're at Jacksonville, you're at Seattle. Those are 3 of your 4 games after your bye week. So I do think this type of competition and playing away from home is something this team will see a lot more of.
Chatting with Kevin Bowen from 107.5 The Fan here. Daniel Jones yesterday. All right, he was under duress. The line was bad. But for the first time since he's put the horseshoe on, that was the Daniel Jones that we kept hearing about in the offseason, right? That was the New York Giants Daniel Jones yesterday, was it not?
Yeah, I think there's some of that, certainly, with that interception. Now, I'll go back to what I said earlier. I do think so much of it was rooted in the offensive line play. But, again, a little bit of the question exiting New York was if you pressure him, he's a guy that will wilt under the pressure. Now, through the first 8 games, he's been the opposite. He's actually feasted when teams have really pressured him. So, this is a little bit of a look in the mirror week for him. I would say probably the rockiest game for him individually this season. How does he respond to that? Is there, as you get deeper into the season, is there more of a blueprint of like, all right, now you've seen kind of 8 games against the Colts. This is what they do. This is what they're trying to emphasize. I thought Pittsburgh did a really nice job of kind of taking away his first and second reads, and then as he tried to make his way through those progressions, either he panicked a bit or the offensive line just wasn't able to hold up through that. So it was all part of the NFL grind. But, yeah, I think there are some of the Daniel Jones, seeing ghost, poor ball security in the pocket. Those things were very prevalent yesterday.
The attitude for a team after a game like that, after so many mistakes, is and should be, just got to forget about it and move on. Forget about it, move on. Forget about it, move on. I feel like sometimes it's pretty easy to say that. No, you probably shouldn't forget about it. You should probably go back and see what the hell happened and then make adjustments and then move on to Berlin. But I've never been one for saying, just got to forget about it. What about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely with you, Nigel. You have to fully acknowledge and dissect that tape and evaluate your own self, to make sure that doesn't happen again and that isn't something that's going to become a repetitive thing. And, that's the beauty of a 7-1 start. It's that one game doesn't define you. I mean, this Colts season, and I say that in a negative light, I mean, if you are able to make sure that is the fluke, then obviously you're still going to be in a great position. But, this whole league will be watching that Pittsburgh film very intently because it's not like this Pittsburgh defense was a bunch of world beaters throughout the first 2 months of the season. Right. They had many issues and questions entering Sunday there. This is a conversation I think we talked about last week, guys. This is more of the norm the rest of the way. Games away from home, better competition. For the most part, there are some, solid quarterbacks. Not to say Aaron Rodgers had some banner day, but, when you're facing Rodgers or Stafford or, go back to Justin Herbert, again, those guys largely either can, A, make plays, or B, they protect the football. So maybe you don't, win the turnover margin to the level that you have won it. Granted, the Colts had so much of their self-inflicted stuff from yesterday.
KB, let's pivot to the Pacers. And look, with the injuries that are taking place, I don't think anybody expects much out of this team. But I want to talk about tonight for a second because, boy, I'm anticipating a very interesting response when Miles Turner gets introduced to that Pacers crowd for the first time as a member of the Milwaukee Bucks because, boy, he just went kind of scorched earth on the Pacers since his departure, which, correct me if I'm wrong, KB, this kind of goes along with the trend. Paul George did it, Oladipo did it, and now Paul George crapping all over the organization. I'm sorry, Miles Turner crapping all over the organization on his way out the door. What can we expect tonight?
Well, 7:05, be in your seats, and you'll get about a minute-long tribute video, and I'll be very curious to see the response. I think you'll get more boos than maybe you would have gotten 2 or 3 months ago, again, based off just kind of what he has said. Now, at the shoot-around this morning for the Bucks, he did try to clarify some of those statements, and basically he labeled it that the rug was pulled out from under him. He is speaking specifically to the Pacers front office and ownership. I think, to try to succinctly put it, basically I think he thought he was going to return. He thought he was going to get a very healthy contract from the Pacers, and when Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles, all of a sudden the Pacers said, all right, our willingness to give him a bigger deal and dip into the luxury tax is not there. As all of this unfolded, the Milwaukee Bucks came in and they offered a contract, if you believe the numbers, 4 years, $108 million, versus the Pacers, 3 years, $66 million. That is a huge difference. And so that is how it unfolded. And he felt, loved, more celebrated, however you want to put it, by the Milwaukee front office versus the Pacers front office. And if you go by the numbers, yes, that's there. He doesn't owe the Pacers anything, frankly, to return there. He felt like his comments have been a bit misconstrued. I actually thought he clarified things, pretty well and basically summarized it as there is zero ill will against the fan base here. But he felt like ownership in the front office, again, misled him, I think is probably a fair word to use.
But didn't he recently say something about Halliburton being like a fake tough guy or something like that?
Yeah, I listened to the full interview. I think that was just kind of a bit of a snippet there that was pulled out. I think there was a ton of praise around Halliburton for that, and was more of just like, this is a really, nice dude that if you see him in an alley per se, there's some Mark Sanchez joke in there, but Halliburton isn't going to be, fighting guys or, maybe talking as much as he does on the court. So, look, fans, by all means, boo. And I probably would boo him, too. That's the beauty of being a fan. We are so passionate about our own and all of that. But at the end of the day, I'll probably look back on the Turner career when it's all said and done and say, you know what? Nice player. Wasn't a diva. Gave an organization 10 pretty good years. Isn't as good of a player as he thinks he is. And that's why he was in trade rumors, and that's why he didn't get some mega $100 million deal. But you know what? Turner's block was great, and it's pretty rare to be a 10-year starter pretty much anywhere in today's NBA. But for tonight, by all means, let the venom out and create a little bit of a unique atmosphere inside of an NBA arena on a Monday night.
Just a couple seconds left here, KB, because we're running a little bit behind. But how has he been with Milwaukee so far? Living up to the contract?
Yeah, a little bit of a struggle, to be honest with you. No, has not lived up to the contract is probably the fairest way to say that. Has not shot it well. So I'll be really interested. Miles Turner embracing the villain role is not something I think suits him. So how he plays tonight, I think, will be fascinating. And frankly, the Pacers need another win.
What's coming up on your show tomorrow?
Rick Carlisle at 8, so we will chat with him about everything that happens tonight inside of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And we'll actually have Mulaney Lowe, Colts Director of Football Ops, on our show at 9. It is a whole lot to go through to send a team to Germany to play in the NFL. So the Colts will fly out Thursday night, so we'll get a little bit behind the scenes of what it's like to travel an NFL team across the pond.
107.5 The Fan. That's Kevin Bowen, part of the morning show. KB, thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Ready for a little moonshine and Nige?
Is there anything left back there?
There's a little left.
There's left because you were gone last Monday. Me and Guy Relford had some more that our friend dropped off, a Halloween edition, if you will. I think it was like pumpkin spice. It was good. Pumpkin spice. So I'm curious as to what we have back there waiting for us this time.
Moonshine Monday next.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-929. That's 317-660-929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-929. That's 660-929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wealth Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
This is Denny Smith, and I'm here to tell you that a neglected well can lead to costly repairs. But C&J's got you covered with their well cleanout service. Right now, it's 30% off, and that's the lowest price of the year. C&J will remove the pump, insert a high-output air line into the well, and then safely airlift years of sediment and gunk out of the top of the well. Then they'll also do a 6-point inspection to assure that you and your family get the purest, safest water. C&J. Great systems and great people, too. 317-852-WELL.
Nobody likes a cold shower. LD Smith has hot deals on water heaters. Save up to $300 on a new water heater install.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
AdventNose.com.
The best AI for your business isn't artificial. It's advisor intelligence. With Horizon, you get real people to help you drive real growth. Open your business account today at horizonbank.com/businessai. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Reach your fitness goals in 2025 with a 20-minute once-a-week program at Exercise Inc. 5 locations now in Fishers. Visit exerciseinc.com.
Your favorite song shouldn't have to wait for Wi-Fi. Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
More tariffs later, tornadoes possible.
WIBC.com gives you more than just headlines. It's context, updates, and insight. Whether you're at work, on the move, or catching up late, the latest is already there. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC.com.
Matt Fair has a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, looking at the east side, southbound 465 stop-and-go traffic. That's from Washington Street 274, 9-minute delay. Northbound lanes on the east side slow from Penn Pike to East 56th and stop-and-go up to I-69. Inbound 69 delayed 4 minutes from 106th Street, 282nd. Downtown, southbound 65 as 70 jammed up north split to the south split for a 2-minute delay. Northwest side, northbound 465 slow from 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bath and double the value. It's B Window's Black Friday bath sale. Buy one bath, get one free. Plus no interest and no payments for 24 months. Call now and visit bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
52 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Moonshine Monday here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. You missed it last week when Guy Relford was filling in. We have a super fan that drops these jars of moonshine off. This isn't store-bought.
No.
This isn't legal.
No, not at all. This is bootlegging, actually.
But last week, its official title. Last week, it was like a really delicious pumpkin spice.
Okay.
But it wasn't labeled. The last batch he gave us was labeled. I don't know what is this one labeled that we're about to try here?
No, but I'm pretty confident this is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup version.
Okay.
Because when I spoke to Superfan, again, I don't want to give his name away because I don't want him to get in trouble, he said that this would be one of the flavors we would be getting. So I feel like this is that. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup flavored shine.
Okay, and why? Because it's a very dark color. It looks like almost chocolate milk.
Smell it a little bit. Smell it.
Oh, yeah. Here, let's do a cheers here.
Cheers.
Moonshine Monday here.
Oh, that's good.
That's Reese, yeah. That's
Reese, and you taste it more after it goes down.
Yeah, it takes it a second.
I want some more now. Fill it up again.
Pour me some more, man.
Woo!
Oh, boy.
Super fan.
The thing about these is it's like it's sweet, but it's got that moonshine kick to it.
Right. Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
you don't think it's as strong as it is, and then after about 5 more drinks, you don't have your pants on anymore. This is really good. Thank you to the super fan. It is Moonshine Monday, and we are coming back for one more hour here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. Cheers, everybody.
When we used to kick back and let the moon shine, let the moon shine.
Guys, if you're one of those people that could feel your energy slipping away, you're losing what makes you you. It could be low testosterone, and you should take action right now. Synergen X and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick, simple, free test. Visit a Low T Center or TRTMVP.com today. Do not wait on this.
What's great is that treatment is covered by most major insurance with affordable self-pay options available. The best you is waiting. Book that free T-test right now at TRTMVP.com. If you feel like your energy is slipping away, it could be low testosterone. So take action. Synergen X and Low T Center offering a quick and free T-Test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized by experts, exclusively for you. And most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting. TRTMVP.com.
Fall in Indiana is prep season, the smart time to get your home ready before the temperatures drop and the snow gets here. Because here's the truth. Roof, siding, gutter, and window problems don't fix themselves. One missing shingle turns into a bad leak. Clogged gutters lead to ice dams. And drafty siding or bad insulation means sky-high heating bills all winter long. That's why you need Moss Roofing. Family-owned right here in Indiana for over 30 years, Moss Roofing gives you a free, no-obligation inspection. They'll spot problems now, before the cold settles in, so you're not scrambling in January. And here's a bonus. Thanks to new energy tax credits and Indiana Energy Saver rebates, you can save big on insulation and efficiency upgrades. That's money back in your pocket while protecting your home. So don't wait. Call Moss Roofing today at 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at mossroofing.com. Get your home winter ready this fall with people you can trust. mossroofing.com, every shingle time.
JTV, Jewelry Television. With 80,000 jewelry looks, we're kind of a big deal. Even bigger with new lines of designer handbags, fragrances, and more.